it's cold, it gives you the coffee aroma, the little bitterness of coffee, depending upon how you want your coffee. And along with that is the lime and the lemon taste in it. Wow! Hello there, I'm Dr. Purnendu and I'm a surgeon in Genesis Hospital. What exactly is happening? Is there anybody who would like to relive 2020? One after the other, the bad news? And the latest out of that is suicide by Sushant Singh Rajput on 14th of June. Just before that, 8th of June, his ex-manager committed suicide. A day after 15th of June, Sushant's sister-in-law committed suicide. 4 minor school-going children committed suicide. There are people who have been watching his movies and going into depression. What exactly is the reason and explanation? Where are we leading to? I read a Harvard review and that article says 3 to 4 cups of coffee per day can actually bring down depression incidents to such an extent that suicide incidents drop by 50%. Wow! This article clearly indicates that coffee also acts as a mild antidepressant by boosting certain neurotransmitter release in the brain like serotonin, dopamine and noradrenaline. We always try to say that longevity is related to gene. No. People who are coffee drinker, they tend to live longer. Chalo yaar, coffee pite. Whenever we talk about coffee, we only know one thing. Instant coffee, take it out. If you want black coffee, make hot water, stir it. And if you want to put milk, and then you do it with the milk. Is that the only thing? Coffee has so many varieties. Now you start thinking about cold coffee. Just make ice into cold coffee, South Indian coffee. But we are talking about coffee beans. The fresh coffee beans which are dried, roasted and all that. But today, because in this part of the world where people don't want to have all the time hot drink, I'm going to talk and introduce one new thing. I'm not sure whether you have heard about it. It's iced coffee lemonade. The origin of this actually started in Algiers, in Algeria. This classic drink, iced coffee lemonade, also known as Mazagran. This was made popular by the French soldier in the forest Mazagran. Coffee helped them to keep awake in the night. And they learned how to make concoction of it. They poured a little rum, they put a little ice in that. And basically they made this new way of coffee drinking, which later became popular and it spread all around in the cafes in Paris and actually spread around in few places. And I actually had this during my last visit in Kuala Lumpur. And I'm going to show you today how to make this, because you people are all the time drinking iced lemon tea. But have you thought about this concept of putting ice and lemon with coffee? So today, now, this classic drink, let's see how we are going to do it. First, what we are going to do is take a piece of lemon and just cut it into half. Now, we squeeze the lemon juice into this. And actually, just to help you to show, I have already made this lemon juice over here, and we pour this lemon juice in the glass. And next what we do is either we put sugar or we make the sugar syrup. Now sugar syrup, depending upon how much you want. Now if somebody is diabetic, you can put sugar free and use the water. I want you people to taste a little more of the sugar syrup. And now what we do is we put the ice into it. Okay, now here it is. Now on this, what we have made the coffee concoction. Now what we have is usual, because we don't have coffee beans roasted and that special aroma. This is instant coffee. Everybody knows how to make coffee concoction. You just put boiling water, Depending upon how strong you want your coffee, you make the coffee concoction. I like coffee to be strong, like gives a little bitter taste and a strong coffee. So I've already made this coffee concoction, and now what we do is you just pour that beautiful coffee on top of this. Now this is how the iced coffee lemonade is going to actually taste, and you can see the two layers. But when you're actually serving Mazagran, which is iced coffee lemonade, it has to be done in style. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Few leaves of pudina, you put it over there, and it has to be sipped. This is what is Mazagran, and this is stirred like this, and this is what is your iced coffee lemonade is all ready. And then you are supposed to sip this. But I have a special glass, a special mug for me. Wow! This is one of the lovely drinks to have in summer. It's cold, it gives you the coffee aroma, the little bitterness of coffee, depending upon how you want your coffee. Along with that is the lime and the lemon taste in it. There are so many taboos about coffee, like there are some people who said don't have coffee in summer. There are some people who can't tolerate the smell of coffee. I remember my dad used to be a coffee lover, and every time my mom will make coffee and I said, I don't like the smell of coffee. How strange. It's individual. But there are some people who say, I love the smell and the aroma of coffee. If you think about digestive system, people are saying, nah, pet garam habe, acidity habe. Now there is no evidence to show that there is indigestion with coffee drinking. There is also evidence that in post-operative period, if a person is given coffee, it is safe and it improves the gastrointestinal function much quicker, the GI system. As far as cardiovascular system is concerned, that is heart disease, it is also documented that people who are moderate coffee drinkers, drinking 2 to 4 cups of coffee per day, they have lower risk of cardiovascular disease and stroke. And actually people who have already had a heart attack, which is myocardial infarction, if they are coffee drinker, they have a lower risk of death after that. Not only that, those who are regular coffee drinkers, moderate coffee drinkers, 2 to 4 cups of coffee per day, they have lower incidence of mental illness, they suffer less from depression. And also people who are going or reaching near the elderly population type, if they are into coffee drinking, then incidence of dementia and cognitive impairment, these things are much reduced risk. Wow, so many things it can do. So now we should know that what is the right type of coffee that we should be drinking in this part of the world. So what are you waiting for? Nothing great is required. Make your own Mazagran. The French soldiers which they enjoyed in Algiers in the forest, now you can do it in your own kitchen. And what is important is, if you enjoy having this at home, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let everybody else know the benefits of coffee, how it removes depression, how incidence of suicide is low among coffee drinkers, and what a lovely drink to have it in summer. Not hot coffee, but iced coffee lemonade, Mazagran. Thank you for watching.